The galaxy was falling apart for the last 20 years. Different alien species had fought over borders, stars, and moons. There were arguments over trade, water, and who could pass through which zone. The Galactic Peace Conference on Station Vega 6 was the final hope. If this failed, war would begin again. No one expected peace to come from a dog. Hannah Kim stepped off the human shuttle and into the shining metal hallway of the station. She wore the navy blue jacket of a senior Earth diplomat. Her face was calm, but inside she was worried. Behind her, walking with gentle steps and a wagging tail, was a golden retriever named Junggu. The security bot scanned Hannah and then paused at Junggu. "State your purpose." The station AI asked in its usual cold voice. "He's my emotional support." "And my diplomatic advisor," Hannah replied, smiling slightly. "Biological creature, approved." "Proceed," the AI said. Aliens passing by turned their heads, not at Hannah, at the dog. They had never seen one. Junggu walked with pride. His soft fur shined under the station lights. He looked up at everyone with friendly eyes. He stopped near a tall, insect-like alien, sniffed the air, and wagged his tail. The alien leaned back in surprise. From a distance, a young human assistant. June whispered, "I told her it was crazy to bring a dog to a conference like this." But another delegate replied, "Still, everyone's looking. They're curious." Inside the main chamber, the conference was ready to begin. The room had 7 separate zones, each made for a different species' needs. One area had thick fog for the gas beings. Another had glowing roots growing across the floor for the Verdani, the plant creatures. Crystals sparkled in the corner for the time-sensitive Vorthins. The floor shook slightly where the rocklings sat, made of living stone. Every group waited. In silence, the human delegation took their place. Hannah stood at the center, but Junggu, calm and golden, sat beside her. A silver being with many arms floated forward. "Human delegate, you have brought a creature." Hannah nodded. "This is Junggu. He's not here to speak, but he is here to help." A wave of confusion passed across the chamber. The rocklings rumbled low sounds of disapproval. The insect-light Kaitari clicked their antennae. The gas beings swirled purple, a color of concern. Still, Junggu sat quietly. Then he stood and slowly walked into the open space at the center of all zones. The room fell even more silent. JJ and Ju first stepped toward the fog. As the gas beings shifted closer, forming a cloud that swirled gently around the dog. Junggu sniffed the air, wagged his tail, and sat. The gas cloud turned green, their color for curiosity. He moved next to the plant roots. The Verdanis tendrils crept forward, wrapping around Junggu's paw. He stayed still, then leaned his head down gently. The bioluminescent lights on. The roots turned gold, a rare sign of happiness. Hannah watched closely. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. One by one, the delegates watched Junggu move among them. The insect-like Katari stepped forward, releasing pheromones that filled the air. Junggu sneezed and wagged harder. The chamber echoed with something rare, laughter. Even the rocklings, creatures of stone and silence, spoke. "This creature shows no fear," one of them said. "No defense, just ... peace." For the first time in weeks, no one argued. Hannah took a step forward. Her voice was soft, but clear. "Maybe we've forgotten something," she said. "We talk of borders, of resources, of space, but this animal does not know war or greed. He sees others and feels no threat. He simply wants to be friends." One of the silver beings tilted its head. "You suggest we model diplomacy?" "After this creature, I suggest," Hannah said, "that peace doesn't always come from logic. Sometimes it comes from something simpler, a connection, a shared moment, a tail wag." Junggu laid down at the very center of the room, was surrounded by beings who had never shared the same space before, and yet in that moment not one of them moved away. The fog creature floated a little closer. The plant roots stretched further. The crystal being gave off soft colors. The insect's antennae twitched in a dance of interest. Even the rocklings rumbled something like a hum. June, watching from the side, whispered again. She really did. It not her? The assistant replied. The dog did. And for the first time since the conference began, ... there was no debate, no shouting, just quiet. A quiet filled with hope. In that silence, Jungu yawned and closed his eyes, curling up gently. A rockling delegate rumbled, perhaps. We begin tomorrow, but tonight let the dog rest. No one disagreed. And so, with stars shining outside the station window, the galaxy's most dangerous conference paused, not for politics, and not for rules, but for a golden retriever who reminded them all what peace looked like. The galaxy didn't change in one night, but that night, something small and powerful began. JJ Engu, the golden retriever, slept peacefully in the center of the great chamber. Around him, 7 species that had once refused to sit near each. Others stayed quietly in their zones, but they didn't leave. No one returned to their private rooms, no one argued. It was as if something gentle held them all together, and it all began with a sleeping dog. Commander Hannah Kim arrived early. Next morning, she expected everything to go back to normal, back to fighting and cold talks. But when she entered the chamber, she froze. The delegates were already there. Talking, the gas beings floated close to the Verdani, their green mist dancing with the plant's glowing roots. The crystal-bodied Vorthons hummed softly, and the insects clicked quietly beside them. The rocklings, heavy and slow, moved toward the center. Not one species had asked for more space. Not one talked about weapons. Jangu sat among them all, wagging his tail, as if he had always belonged there. Commander Kim said, the Silver Surathi delegate, "We have a new idea to discuss, a shared mining zone. All species working together. We will divide the resources fairly." Before Hannah could answer, the plant being of the Verdani said, "We also offer our help. We can grow clean food on any moon using our roots. All species can eat from the same garden, the gas being floated forward. We can move through storms and thick clouds. We offer to carry supplies for everyone." The words came fast, ideas, solutions, plans for peace. Hannah blinked. "Wait, ... Are you saying you're all agreeing?" Lur, the rockling, let out a deep, slow sound. "Yes, we talked. We watched the dog, and we remembered something. Long ago, even on our world, we had creatures like this. Creatures that lived beside us, trusted us, loved us." The insect-like Katari clicked its long claws. "Your dog reminded us of that time. Before machines, before greed, before we forgot how to trust." Jangu, not understanding the praise, walked in a circle and barked once. It made everyone pause, then chuckle in their own strange ways. That moment was when the real change began. One by one, each species gave something. The Solari offered their crystal technology. They could help build peaceful defenses to protect ships without weapons. The Orions, with their strong minds, promised to guide the emotional balance between delegates, making sure no one grew too angry or scared. The Thrin, the insect race, shared their knowledge of silent signals. They offered a communication system that would work even when machines failed, and the humans. Hannah smiled. "We will be the glue," she said. "Humans are not the smartest or strongest, but we make friends. We connect others. And sometimes, we bring dogs who remind everyone how to be kind." The official agreement was written. In one language, but in 8, each species added a sign, not just a name, but something special from their culture. The Verdani grew a glowing leaf. The rocklings placed a small stone from their homeworld. The gas being swirled their name into the air in a beautiful blue cloud. The humans pressed a simple photo. Jangu, smiling beside all the species. His head tilted in curiosity. It was not just a treaty. It was a promise. They called it the Pact of Unity. By evening, Station Vega 6 was filled with celebration. Foods from different planets were shared. Strange, beautiful music echoed through the halls. Delegates danced, floated, or vibrated in joy. It wasn't perfect. There were small disagreements, but no one raised their voice. No one walked away. Junggu walked between them all. He licked a crystal hand. He let the gas beings swirl around him. He even allowed a Thrin to place a small flower on his head, which made the whole room laugh again. Next day, the galaxy woke up to the news. Galactic peace achieved. Dog leads the way. 7 species sign historic pact. The 8th, a dog. Janggu, the dog who united the stars. The story spread fast. Videos of Janggu walking through alien zones, accepting pats from creatures no one had ever seen before, were shown across 1,000 planets. Children watched and clapped. Soldiers cried. Scientists studied his effect on emotion and fear and on Earth. Thousands of people adopted dogs that week. Later, when Hannah returned to Earth with Janggu beside her, she was asked by a group of students, "Did the dog really do it? Did he really stop a war?" Hannah looked down at Janggu. He was rolling in grass, belly up, tongue out, happy and free. She nodded. Yes. He didn't speak. He didn't plan. He didn't need to. He just loved everyone first, and they loved him back. Somewhere far across the stars, the Rocklings built statues of Janggu. The Verdani named a new root flower after him. The gas beings created a glowing path in space where ships could follow. It's called the Dog's Trail, and every year, on the day of the peace treaty, all 8 species paused for 1 minute of silence. Not to remember war, but to remember the dog. Who ended it?